can do a quick roll call. Mr. Klecker, Mr. Spiker, Mr. Shemeni, Ms. Mazinowski are all in attendance. We do have 4 of 5 members present. We do have a quorum. Next up on the agenda. Mark, do you want to continue to MC?
Sure. We have the approval of the April 20th meeting minutes of the City Planning Commission. Does anybody see any problems or mistakes in them?
I didn't.
So I'll accept the motion to approve, please.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a second on that motion?
Sure.
Yes.
Was that Armin that seconded?
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Number 3, review of the City of Erie blighted property. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll take it from here. So in front of you is a list of properties to be designated as blighted by the Planning Commission as part of the Erie Land Bank's 2021 work plan, so that you guys, these properties, if you guys so choose to declare them blighted, the redevelopment authority will act upon them through condemnation and then transfer ownership over to Land Bank for final disposition and whatever their outcome will be. Share my screen. We can you guys all see that one.
Yep.
So, and they're not quite in the same order as on the list, but they're all here. 102 East 24th Street was blighted by the Blighted Property Review Committee on December 13th of 2017. The owners made several attempts and some correspondence with us, but has failed to make any completion or the completion of any projects on the property. So that one has been added to the list. 336 East 23rd Street was declared blighted in November, or had a declaration of blight November 13th, 2019. Owners unresponsive, numerous violations on the exterior of the property, a second floor porch and front porch that is severely deteriorated and ready to collapse. 405 East 7th Street. And if you guys have any questions about a particular property, just feel free to stop me. 405 East 7th Street was blighted February of 2020. Owner is unresponsive. The property's been a nuisance for code enforcement for quite some time, with the owner being non-responsive. 524 East 25th Street, again, it was declaration of blight March of 2020. Property owner's non-responsive, taxes are delinquent for 4 years, so, and it's been, of course, a nuisance for code enforcement for some time and for the neighborhood as well. 552 East 24th Street had a declaration of August of 2019. Owner has failed to make any of the improvements following the correspondence. As usual, they say they're going to make some repairs, but nothing has been done. Delinquent on taxes, multiple code citations and violations. 620 Wayne Street, August of 2020. Owner's unresponsive. So just another nuisance property. It was a priority for East Bayfront Plan and code enforcement. 708 Payne, declaration of December 11th, 2019. Multiple violations, delinquent in taxes, utilities disconnected. This is a old bar, so commercial, one of the only commercial property on the list this year. So that's a fairly large lot, so that'd be a good one to get rid of for the neighborhood. 814 Wayne Street, declared blighted in August of 2020. Owner, after reinspection of 2020, no work has been done. Blighted process is ongoing. Just a bunch of empty promises and a continued deterioration on that property. 830 East 25th Street, declaration on July of 2020. Owner's unresponsive. The property is a nuisance to the neighborhood. It's constantly getting broken into. Code enforcement spends a significant amount of time responding to complaints on that property. The property was demolished next door as well. So now this has become the eyesore of the block. (952) West 11th, declaration December 11th, 2019. Again, unresponsive homeowner, a property that's boarded up, siding falling off, continuously roofing material blowing on the neighboring properties. Just constant calls from the neighbors to take care of this problem. (1142) East 21st Street. This one owner is deceased. Was declared blighted in October of 2020. Code enforcement said that in talking with the neighbors, they believed they had no family. So as a priority, we figured it was best to take this one as quickly as possible to prevent it from falling further into the decay. 1253 East 26th Street, declaration February of 2020. This owner's unresponsive, and code enforcement's been trying to work with them since 2013, and they've just kind of fallen silent in the past year or so. So again, another priority. 1615 Parade Street, declaration of March of 2019. Numerous code violations, tax delinquency. Utilities were disconnected back in 2002, and it sat pretty much in this state for that period of time. 1958 Prospect. The owner's unresponsive. The owner owned this property and the one next door, sold the property next door, and has basically just abandoned this one to let it fall into the system for the system to take it due to its condition. So, if we take it now, then the hopes is we could rehabilitate this one and get it back into home ownership. 2053 Warfel, a property. There's a declaration in April of 2019. Again, numerous violations, exterior deterioration, pretty much everything in the code book on the exterior of the property. 2308 Camphausen, declaration of September of 2020. This property has changed hands numerous times over the last 5 years. I believe about 5 times in the last 5 years. Recently changed hands again in March of 2020. So it just keeps changing hands, and the property just continues to fall further and further into disrepair. 2708 Downings, declaration of March of 2017. Trash is piling up on the outside of the property. The property just continues to get worse as time goes on with no work being done to the property. And 2912 Pine Avenue, declaration of September of 2020. The owner had started repairs to the property, started to tear out all of the plaster on the inside of the property, but has since abandoned the property, left it open. Complaints from the neighbors about being open and vagrants going in and out of the property. Oh, and that's it.
Aaron,
All right.
I was going to ask Aaron, for the benefit of our new members, could you just explain a little bit about what this process is for them and why it's being brought before the Planning Commission?
Okay, so under the Urban Redevelopment Authority law, the city's Blighted Property Review Committee, by recommendation of the Code Enforcement Office, has a declaration of blight on the property. In order for the Redevelopment Authority to take action and utilize its eminent domain powers on a property, the City of Erie's Planning Commission must declare those properties as blighted in order for the law to take effect and the authority to be able to act upon those properties. So this is a step in the process, basically the last step before the Redevelopment Authority can take ownership to remediate these properties and help the neighborhoods out to get these eyesores gone.
And just to let everybody know that they're not all usually they're not all supposed to be torn down. You can actually, once you get eminent domain. Now you get to go in, see what the problems are inside. Someone might want to take it over to rehab it, before those things take place,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, very, very good point. And this would be the third plan under the Erie Land Bank with around 20 properties. And each year we've seen a little bit of an increase in the percentage of properties that we can convey as rehab or, developer opportunities to either developers or home ownership. So the goal is that as we can acquire these properties sooner without them sitting on the blighted property list for 5, 6, 7 years, that the ability for them to be able to be reused and rehabilitated becomes a little bit higher. My estimate on this is roughly 7 properties with the potential to be rehabilitated off of this list. So, compared to the 3 that we conveyed for rehabilitation last year, that's a decent increase in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that too, like to reiterate what Aaron said, that's really because the relationship that they have with the county land bank that does have funding. So it allows the redevelopment authority to get that funding, and they can go through get those properties quicker than they have been in the past. So that's really when they get past the point of no return, is if they have to sit there for a lot more years than currently, and then they just decline beyond rehabilitation. So it's a lot of effort, and kudos to the redevelopment authority and the relationship that they built with the county land bank.
All right.
I'm done talking.
Anybody else have any questions about this?
No, mine were answered. Thank you.
Oh, good. Is there any public comment out there? I don't know if there's anybody else on this. Nothing?
No, we have a couple of attendees, but like Aaron and Kathy, if they have questions, just use the raise hand thing and we'll bring them in.
Well,
But I don't see any questions.
okay then. This was kind of a quick meeting. Is there anything I need to sign off on any of this?
Well, we'll need a motion and second
Right.
to do the designation, and then there is a resolution that you and I will both sign off on to formalize that.
Sorry. Okay, then we just need a motion to accept this, correct? Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Here we go. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
All right. I'm assuming nobody opposed. Well, then the only thing left is the motion to adjourn. This was a quick meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
There we go.
I'll second that.
All right.